Yes, sir. We live. So, yeah, sorry I didn't have any videos after my fight of me popping Martinelli's. I went and got Hennessy instead, and that just was not a good idea. Like maybe alcohol works for some people, but it doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. Okay? Maybe some people when they drink, they wake up and they're like, "Man, I feel great," you know? But that's just not the case with me, you know? Um, but yeah, anyways, 38-second TKO. Holy crap. Holy crap. You know, I wanted to I wanted to punch. I wanted to get into punching range. Some things like we get there and they're setting up and they have to like build the ring, and so they like build it piece by piece, rope by rope, basically. They put this like real thin mat down and then they stretch like this canvas tarp over it, right? Well, like the canvas tarp is really good to move on, but it's not something that you would really want to like wrestle or do jujitsu on. It's like, I mean, it's like I said, it's great for grip for moving around, but it's almost like, too grainy and you'll skin your knee on it and shit trying to go for a shot and everything. But we didn't even have to grapple or wrestle or do any of that. Even though that's what I've been working on a lot. I want to say something about wrestling in that, you can really test a person's soul in these wrestling exchanges, continuous takedown defense and things like that, which I didn't have to use any of, Um, which is good for me because now I have it in my back pocket. People haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I mean, it's just I knew I wanted to punch. I wasn't gonna force anything, and I was really gonna let him go. I was really gonna let him go, and he ate some good shots, and he stayed up uh, from those punches. He stayed up. He's tough. He's just he's a young kid. He's 23, and this is a grown man business. This is grown man business. This is not for the faint of heart and shit like that. At my gym, I kind of got like tough love. You know what I mean? First they were tough on me, and then they love me. Um, and by being tough, I mean getting my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's incredible. I'm gonna stay active. I just got done training, and I'm gonna stay active, and I'm gonna continue to take as many fights as I can, and I'm gonna continue to look for finishes. So by any means necessary. I'm looking to press the action at every single time. Like you want to make them react at every single second of the fight. You don't want to give them any opportunity to, you don't want to give them any opportunity. Like, and I said this before, you don't want them to get a tie or a wrist, or you don't want them to get like, if they feel like they're getting set up, like they're getting ready to hit you, move, you know, and just make everything extremely hard on them. And this is what it does. The physicality and the techniques, that all comes, you know. Um, with physicality, either you like to get after it or you don't, you know. And if you don't, then fighting's probably not for you. Um, but I grew up getting after it and playing contact sports, you know, and having to work through pain and stay focused. Everything just works so well, and you're supercharged in the moment. You're like, I drink a cup of coffee in the morning. That's about it. I didn't even take my pre-workout or anything, but those lights come on, they play your song, and you're going out to the cage, or the ring, and it's either you or them, and they're I'm here to accomplish my dream and my goals, okay? And the dream is to get to the UFC. Okay, that's a childhood dream. Once you get there, then I feel like the manhood dream kicks in and you go for the championship, you go for the belt, and you really go to be the best fighter in the world that you can be, you know. Fighting is true, you know. Like the only amount of confidence that I got was just from working really hard and knowing that like I outworked I outworked everyone, you know? Like, and I'm not necessarily competing with anyone in particular, but just really trying to impress myself. And I think when you can get to that place of really like self knowing and self, you know, trying to master yourself, right? Then you know like when you're really pushing and when you're really not, okay? And I always make sure to push, you know. That's where the confidence comes from. It's like these guys in my gym are more scary than anybody who they're gonna ask me to fight. And if it just so happens that they bring the scary guy from the other gym, we'll fight and we'll see what's up. You know, we'll see what's up. We'll test it. You know, but I got a feeling that you guys didn't wrestle as much as we did, and you didn't take as many rounds as we did, and you didn't pay attention as much as we did. And I'm saying we. I want to include everybody, but it's really me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have great coaches. I have great teammates, like world class. Okay. I said this before and I'll say it again. I truly believe we're at the razor's edge of MMA. And if you want to get better, you need to work with us. You know, like, no, I'm not saying you can't get better at other places, but at the level that we're pushing, it's just like, it's going to be hard to match that. You know what I mean? I'm going to show up every day ready to go. And I'm going to stay late every day. So, you know, there's no special nothing. There's nothing special. Not like, some special series, some special techniques, some special, you know, like, oh, well, after you learn this, you're good. You can fucking use this on anybody and it will always work. And no, it's never like that. It's never like that. It's like, boom, you go here, I go here, you go here, I go here, you go here, I go here. And it's like, if you can remember, like, I want to set my fucking phone somewhere, but if you can remember, like, being like, boom, you grab, and then the other person grabs, and then you grab, and then wait, you grab, and then you grab, and you're just literally trying to get on top in every sense of the word. In every sense of the word, you never want to be on the ground. If I got you, if you're trying to play a half guard with me, I'm gonna play run my fists through your jaw game, and you could try to play half guard, and what I'll do is I'll play run. I'll use run the fist across the head, okay, and then shit changes. You get what I'm saying? It's not like it's this is MMA, and you cannot only do one thing. You cannot only do one thing. In order to be great, you're gonna have to put your preference aside. You're gonna have to put your ego aside. You're gonna have to ask questions. That's just what I believe. And I'm not telling anybody else to do this. I'm just saying that this is what works for me. Another thing was like the distractions, the amount of like distractions that go on, you know, backstage, and even the day before, you're cutting weight, and the commissioner's late, and whatever, you got paperwork to do, and you got to go over here and get checked out by this guy, and don't drink water, and and then you're gonna face off, and you got people talking crap. They shouldn't even be talking crap. You know what I mean? And you know, you got all this stuff that goes on. The wraps are a little tight. I need to get them cut. I usually don't even wear wraps. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get them cut, and you got to like, you know, and there's everything is to distract you. The ring girls, the fucking the guy who's supposed to be checking everybody in is fucking around, and the people are talking to you like, oh yeah, your opponent this and that, and they think that they can just say whatever to you. You go on in 5 minutes, and they think that they can crack jokes with you. You're about ready to go to war. You know who's going to be able to deal with that? Who's going to be able to deal with that? That's the difference maker. This is on a very low scale amateur level. What Conor McGregor was talking about with Jose Aldo and the media, the world tour and the media tour, like motherfuckers can't even handle a amateur fight, let alone, 60,000 people and everything else like that, But if you're focused on the 60,000 people, and you're focused on your song, you're focused on all the wrong things,